Donkey of the day for Thursday, March 22nd, goes to police officers in Sacramento who murdered 22-year-old Stephon Clark. Rest in peace to Stephon. Stephon was in the backyard of the home he shared with his grandparents and some of his siblings when he was shot and killed. Let's go to CBS News for the report, please.
Police shooting death of a Sacramento man over the weekend. Police confirm they fired at Stephon Clark 20 times.
According to police, Stephon Clark was breaking car windows and a home glass door in South Sacramento when confronted by police in his grandparents' backyard. Police say he extended his arms with something in his hands.
Fearing for their safety, the officers fired their duty weapon, striking the subject multiple times.
Clark was killed. Only a cell phone recovered at the scene. An oversight committee will review the investigation.
Now, there were 2 officers at the scene that night that fired the weapons 10 times each.
Listen, man. My name is Charlamagne the God. I have never been in the BSing the listening audience. I have told you all time and time again that I am not an expert of anything. I'm just a man who has lived almost 40 years on this planet, and I have some experiences, and I share my experiences. If you learn from them, great. If you don't, that's cool, too. I'm saying all that to say, don't look for me to say anything in this donkey of the day that will remotely sound like a solution when it comes to the killing of unarmed black men in this country at the hands of the police. I don't have one bright idea. Now, you hear this story, and you're saying, well, why was Stephon Clark breaking car windows? Why was he running? All those questions are deflections from, well, why did the cop shoot an unarmed black man 20 times? Okay, he was running because he was scared. He was scared because he committed a crime, and he was scared because the cops came. And when you are a black man in America, you aren't just running from the cops because you committed a crime. You are running from cops because you fear for your life. And he probably thought to himself, I'm close to home. Home is truly where the heart is. Your own backyard is where you're supposed to feel the most comfortable. So Stephon probably thought, let me get home and then I'll surrender. It probably felt like a safe space for him to surrender to the police. But little did Stephon know that the cops he was dealing with couldn't tell a gun from a cell phone, which always seems to be the case when a black man is involved. If you have a cell phone in your hand and, you know, you're black, cops see a gun. If you have a remote control in your hand and you're black, cops see a gun. If you are holding a large cup of lemonade from Chick-fil-A in your hand and you are black, cops will see a gun. So I don't have any answers on how to avoid getting shot by police. It's really the luck of the draw. And I don't even believe in luck. I just know that if a cop draws his gun and you're a black man, you're lucky you don't get shot. Okay? I mean, these kids who shoot up these schools always just get arrested. For some strange reason, a black man committing petty crimes like breaking car windows sparks more fear in a police officer than a white kid who shoots and kills dozens of people. Look, I don't know. Okay? I have not a clue what to say or what to do about any of this anymore. I can't stop being black. And I don't want to, okay? It's a lot of fun, all right? It's a fun, anxiety-filled experience being in this melanin, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I just don't understand why people, including law enforcement, are so terrified of it, okay? The cycle has to break, and it has to break soon. Cops are scared of black and brown people. Black and brown people are scared of the cops. Only difference is we don't have the license to kill that cops do, okay? Civilians can't gun down a cop and use the excuse, I was afraid for my life, I feared for my safety, even though we are. But cops can gun us down when all we are doing is holding a cell phone and say they fear for their lives, they fear for their safety. So I understand your fear, but nah, man. Cops, you have all the power in these situations, okay? As a black man in America, when we are in these positions where it's us against the cops are truly Thanos with all the Infinity Stones at their disposal. Now, I'm going to play the audio of Stephon Clark being gunned down and murdered by the police in Sacramento because all I can think to do in these situations is address the problem because I have no solutions, and maybe addressing the problem will lead to some solutions from somebody, but they won't be me. Let's listen to 22-year-old Stephon Clark's last moments on this earth.
Hey! Show me your hands! Stop! Stop! 5-7 south. Show me your hands! Gun! Oh. 5-7 shots fired, subject down. Show me your hands! See your hands! 5-7, he's down. No movement. We're gonna need additional units. We can't see the gun. Hey, can you hear us? If you can hear us.
Can you hear us?
We need to know if you're okay. We need to get you medics, but we can't go over there to get you help unless we know you don't have your weapon.
We're gonna need CPR stuff. Rescue mask for CPR.
Of course you can't see the gun. How can you see what doesn't exist? And I hate when they call CPR and stuff. You just fired 20 rounds. CPR for what? Don't act like you care about my life after you fired 20 rounds. Asking someone if they okay after you fired 20 rounds and they not moving. I don't know, man. Maybe they've been watching too much Luke Cage on Netflix and they really think black people are bulletproof. Okay? I have zero answers All right, I'm at the point in my life where I think they just ask us to put our hands up so they can get a clear shot at our chest, okay? And when a cop asks you to put your hands up, that's something you have to think about too, because I really don't want to make any sudden movements. It's just, I don't know. It's just frustrating to say the least. And that's really saying the least, okay?
His poor family.
R.I.P. to Stephon Clark, and please give the cops in Sacramento who murdered this young man the biggest hee-haw.